Hello everyone, my name is Benjamin and you are welcome to today's video. We shall be talking about 6 steps to effective writing. 6 steps to effective writing. That is the topic for today's video. Let's get started. We are looking at 6 steps to effective writing, and let's get started. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and at the same time, if you are interested in buying the complete ebook from which this video is taken, you can as well use any of the links and get the book from Amazon.com. The book is entitled The Blueprint for Amazing Career Success. You will find 2 links here, and also at the end of the video you will find these 2 links that can take you to Amazon.com. You can buy this directly from there, the complete ebook. If you are here in Nigeria or a nearby African country and you want to pay in Naira, of course, you can email me. You can write me through my email address, benjamininfo33@gmail.com. And once you write me requesting for a copy of the Blueprint for Amazing Career Success, I will send you a copy of the book, and all you need to do is to pay a token of 2,000 Naira, and the complete ebook will be for you. Let's get started with the key points in this important video, which is discussing the 6 steps to effective writing. Whether you have the desire to write a book or any form of writing in any aspect of life, of course, these 6 steps will help you to know exactly how to go about it. Number 1, create a conducive atmosphere for intense concentration. Because writing requires intense concentration, and you need to create the conducive environment for that. You must compose your thoughts before you are able to compose any other meaningful composition. That's why I recommend that you should create a conducive atmosphere for intense concentration. It is all about composing your thoughts, because there is an ancient proverb that says that good thinking yields good product. Now, your mind is like a camera lens. It captures what it is focused on. That's exactly true. And that's all the more reason why you need to create a very conducive environment where you can really engage your mind. Your mind is like a camera lens. It captures what it is focused on. Of course, if you have a video camera or a photographic camera, you can capture an image that you didn't focus on. To capture an image and take a photograph or have a video clip of that particular scenery or object or subject, you must capture it. You must focus to capture. So that's how it is with your mind. You need to focus your mind on something for you to be able to capture the idea very clearly, and that's what writing is about. Writing is like using a video or using a photographic camera to capture a particular situation, a subject, an object, a problem, whatever it is. Your mind is like the lens of a camera. It captures what it is focused on. So that's exactly number one. Number two, we have to look at brainstorming and invention. You know, when we talk of brainstorming, it's not another big English word. It simply means critical thinking, giving a serious thought to something with a view to figuring out the right thing to do, you know. So that's exactly what brainstorming is about, and invention, you know. And the object of this stage, this step you are taking, is discovering your topic. At this stage, you want to discover the topic for your book, or for your writing, or for your video clip, or for whatever thing that you actually decide to put together. Once it is content creation, once it is something that has to do with communicating your idea to society, then of course you must take the right step. Because I have a mentor who is of blessed memory now, a great servant of God by name Ben Unebu. He often said that whatever is worth doing is worth doing well. Now, at this stage, you need to discover that necessity is the mother of invention. For you to invent an idea for your writing, maybe a great topic, or the concept for your writing, you have to really focus your mind. Necessity being the mother of invention means that it is when you realize that there is a problem to solve that the idea becomes feasible. Even something that was seemingly impossible or far beyond reach can easily be solved when it comes to a time of necessity. So necessity is the mother of invention. If you are really serious about writing that book or making that serious composition that is of great value, of course you give it a thought, and at the stage of brainstorming you will make a startling invention. But the more serious commitment you give to it, the greater achievement you come out with. And there are some techniques you can use at this stage. Here, this one we call clustering, and this has to do with just getting a sheet of paper and writing related ideas on paper. You write the first thing that comes to your mind concerning the idea you are developing, and then you think of other ideas related to that, and then you put them down, and then another idea comes and you put it down, and then that will take you to other related ideas. And that clustering is actually a technique that can be used in figuring out what could be the possible noble idea that you want to conceive for your book. The other one is free writing. Free writing has to do with putting down whatever is coming to your mind concerning the topic at hand, or concerning the problem, or concerning the discovery you want to make, or the invention you want to make. At this stage of idea forming, of course it is very important that you can use free writing as well. Then we have talk writing. You can I mean, it's like maybe you can possibly get something like a recorder. You can be talking, or you can just be speaking, expressing your ideas, concerning the subject at hand, the subject for discussion, the major the major object of your pursuit at that particular moment. You can just allow yourself to talk. You can just talk and express what comes to your mind, and in that process something can come out of it. There are different other ways of trying to figure out, trying to brainstorm, trying to hit at your invention. And at this stage I want you to know that, like people who are drilling for certain mineral resources hidden in the ground by the Creator, they use a lot of machinery, and they also employ a lot of techniques. And while they continue in that journey that has no well-defined destination, so to say, even though as professionals and experts in that field, they must have done some survey, and through their background knowledge, there is something they are anticipating that is within their subconscious mind, and they will pursue it vigorously until they actually hit the particular resource. It could be oil, it could be water. Those who are just looking for to get fresh water that they want to get potable water for their community. There are different ventures or scientists trying to make an invention. So once you give it a serious thought, then of course the idea will come like a flash, like a lightning, and when it comes, you will be convinced that this actually is the ideal topic for the book, or the real idea, the real concept for the book that I have been searching for. Let's get to number 3. Gathering information. Very important. At this point you are looking for necessary ideas on the topic. And one thing you have to bear in mind here is that a soup, let's try to use it, singularize it. A soup is as delicious as its recipe. Even though soup is uncountable, we have made just to create a picture of a particular type of soup we are talking about. So a soup is as delicious as its recipe. And if you know what that means, the recipe will outline the ingredients and the steps to be taken in preparing the soup. If the ingredients are not rich enough, you won't have a delicious soup. But so a soup is as delicious as its recipe, and that's exactly the way it is. So at this stage you need to gather enough sufficient information, because a good book or a good piece of writing is providing information, and of course it will only be described as good or bad, rich or poor, depending on the quality of information that goes into its making, just as it is with the making of a soup. Now there are things that you can resort to at this stage, and this one of them is retrieval from your memory bank. Of course, right from childhood up till this moment, you may be old or young, but a lot of information is stored in your subconscious mind. Things you have gone through in life, things you have read in books, things you have watched on video, things you have witnessed live in the course of your journey in life so far. I mean, these things you have certain things to retrieve from your memory bank, from your subconscious mind. And if you just engage your mind, you will find these ideas flowing naturally from each source, and you can be putting them down if you are an active writer and understand what this is all about. Then the next thing is from your background knowledge and past experiences. I mean, your background knowledge, things you have learned in school, things you learned in your childhood, and so on and so forth, is similar to what we already said. You know, all these are part and parcel of your memory bank. And past experiences, you know, things you have experienced in life, these can be sources of your information. These can be sources of your ideas that will help you to really begin to gather information for your book. Of course, there are other sources. There are sources like libraries, you know. In today's information age, the internet gives you an unlimited source of information on anything you want on earth. Of course, you know, things you watch on television, things you read on the print media, on the social media, so many sources are there. And of course, you know, even in textbooks and so on and so forth. So then, of course, another tool that can help you is this journalistic tool, what I call one of the most important things in the journalistic toolbox, so to say, is the 5 W's and H. You know, journalists use this to try to explore ideas on what they want to report or what they want to write on. These 5 W's and H can be a good technique for sourcing information. And these are what, where, when, why, who, and how. I mean, asking these questions concerning the topic you already have at hand can give you a whole lot of information. You know, the topic you have already discovered. What are you going to say about this topic? If it is a story, where did it take place? When did it take place? Why did it take place? Who participated in it? And how did it happen? You know, a whole lot of things. Whatever may be the subject for discussion, some or all of these can help you to unlock the hidden ideas and help you gather enough information. Number 4, organizing and outlining. And the object of this stage is to create an outline. An outline is a writing plan, just as a building plan or drawing is for the building. When building a house, you need a building plan, and that's why a lot of people say that a good house is built before it is actually built, because somebody has to create the house on paper, and those who are going to go to site and do the actual building or construction will be following the picture already given there, and the house will come out just exactly as it was conceived at the planning level. So it is with good writing. So an outline is a writing plan, and let's look at the steps you have to take in creating a good outline. You have to bear in mind that logical arrangement of parts make a good structure. I've given the example of a house. So this stage involves arranging ideas into groups. You know, at the previous stage, you had already gathered information. You have a lot of things you have written down, you know, different ideas, different points. But at this stage, you have to organize them into logical groups. You know, arrange the ideas into logical groups. Related ideas can be put in one group, other related ideas in another group, just as you put certain building materials together and put them where they can fit together to form a particular unit or part of a house, like the roof, for instance, requires the zinc, the nails, and of course the wood will be there, or iron, depending on what will form the framework for the roof, you know. So organizing them into a writing plan or an outline. By the time you have you have grouped your ideas, of course you itemize them, and then you organize them into a writing plan or an outline. Some people may call it your writing notes, if you like, depending on the kind of writing you are trying to do. Of course, there are techniques that go beyond this, because in advanced writing, you discover that, you know, even your outline sometimes is broadened. You know, your writing notes sometimes can be interrupted and overtaken by certain other developments, depending on the ideas that come to you at a particular point in time. So, but like I said, there is always a starting point, and when you start in the writing process, of course these things will come naturally, and beyond the professional steps put down by professional writers, you will begin to develop your own style of writing and your own methodology, which is unique to you. That comes naturally. Let's go to number 5. Writing your draft, which of course will be your first draft. I mean, you have to, at this stage, you are putting the parts together, and knowing that putting the parts together makes the whole house. I mean, at this stage, the parts are there, the raw materials are there, they have all been put into logical sections. You know where each raw material will go, you know. So, but then at the building stage, this is the time you are going into the actual writing, and you are putting everything together. You have to know that writing communicates a message through logical arrangement of ideas. Those ideas already gathered as your material, your information, you know, arranging them logically is in order to communicate, arranging your ideas in a logical manner that will communicate a very tangible message is what writing is about. Then you have to look at the big picture of what the structure of your writing should be. Of course, the basic structure or parts has to do with the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. But this is the primary level of writing. In creative writing, you can be talking about the beginning, the middle, and the ending. And then in between the beginning and then there are techniques that are required to take you to the middle, and which will reach a climax before you begin to climb down from that climax towards the resolution of the entire story. So different types of writing. At the point you are making a decision to write, you need to define the particular genre of writing you are getting into. That also is another thing we are going to be talking about. And of course, some people can function very well in different genres of writing and write effectively in them all. Some people are there writing very well in the field of fiction and even in the field of non-fiction. And writing is a very, very powerful way of communicating your ideas, and learning the skills and techniques and developing them is key to success in that area. Number 6, writing and revising, rewriting and revising. Of course, In my days of learning writing, I was taught that writing takes 3 broad stages, which I believe. Number 1 is writing, number 2 is rewriting, and number 1 is pre-writing, please. Number 2 is writing, and number 3 is rewriting. Pre-writing is the writing you do before the actual writing. And then the writing proper is when you now put pen to paper and begin to write your first draft, so to say. And then rewriting is will involve the activities that will be devoted to refining it. And so that's exactly this stage is the stage the stage of your final product, an essay, a book, etc., whatever it is. And you need to have a note at this stage that refining is what removes impurities and brings out the gold in its richness. If you know about the production of gold, you discover that the gold, if left in its original state, is full of impurities. So refining is a process that is designed to remove the impurities and bring out the gold in its splendor, in its beauty, and in its richness. And that is what writing is about. At the time you have written your first draft, there could be a lot of errors. There could be also areas that you discover that your sentences that you have corrected are not powerful enough. They are not effective to communicate the message the way you want the message. So some of these sentences will need restructuring. And also, even the thematic preoccupation can be revisited and restructured. And then, of course, at this stage, there will be correction of errors, mechanical errors, errors of grammar, errors of spelling, errors of punctuation. And by the time you are done with all these, you have a complete product in its richness that will actually go places. And that is exactly the way it is. I just want to thank you for watching this video. Thank you for your time. Please don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. As I had earlier mentioned, I have put links to Amazon.com at the end of this video. So if you are downloading this video, even at the beginning, after the title of this particular video, you pause and you can copy the links you can put on any browser to gain access to Amazon.com. There you will access the book from which this video was taken, and that book is the Blueprint for Amazing Career Success. It's published as an ebook on Amazon.com. So you can have access through the links I have put here to Amazon.com and buy the book there. Alternatively, if you want to get the book directly from me here in Nigeria, then of course you can use my email address and write to me, benjamininfo at benjamininfo33. You have to add 33. benjamininfo33 at gmail.com. And if you write to me via this email address requesting for a copy of the Blueprint for Amazing Career Success, of course I will send you a copy right into your email box, so you can download it to your laptop or to your handset or to your iPad, whatever electronic device you are using. This book in its electronic form is downloadable to any electronic device you are using, and then you will have the complete copy of the book for your perusal and continuous benefit. Now, I want to thank you once again. Please stay safe and keep learning. because the day you stop learning is the day you start dying intellectually. Remain blessed. I wish you well. See you in the next video, and bye bye for now.